No music today, Roger. welcome to Politics with the Princess. I am back. I've been gone for 2 weeks traveling, working. Traveling for work, not just doing nothing, like literally traveling for work. A lot has happened since I've been gone. And so let's get the phone situation together. I need to like, share, send out. You're watching Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. I would like you to like, share, follow, put your comments under the live. Let me go to the live to have it opened on my page for you guys. And it's been a crazy 2 weeks since I've been away. Um, it's been crazy. So I am here solo dolo. I do have a guest coming in later. He's going to be about 20 minutes late, but for now, I'm solo. And let's see how that goes. I haven't been solo in a while. Feels kind of weird, but it is what it is. So today, let me find you guys on Facebook. Let's see. TV. Why is it not on here? Okay. And then I will like, share, and do all the amazing things. Oh, there we are. So we'll like, share, and say that we're live and all that good stuff. So I want to start off by saying that, of course, welcome back. You are watching Politics with the Princess. We will start with our inspiration today. Call in. You can call in at 313-355-6018. Yeah. So the inspiration that I want to talk to today is which something that I have experienced and I know you guys have experienced. So anything I experience, I want to share advice with you on what I have experienced and how I cope with it and things that you can do to cope with it as well. So one thing that I have experienced is, yes, me, you're going to be shocked with me, not really being invited to the table. Maybe because the person fear me, can't handle me, I don't know, or they don't want me there, whatever. Who cares? Why? Nobody cares why, but is you have a feeling of not being invited to the table, right? You want to be at that table, you think you need to be at that table. Guess what I've done over the years, all through my life, because of the amazing strong mother I have? I've always built my own table. I always created my own world. I always done things my way to where I don't have to be at somebody's table. If you do things your way, the way that you want to do them, you don't have to be at anybody's table. Guess what? The whole table that you wanted to sit at previously, the folks that you wanted to sit with previously, somehow find their way to you. I promise you that, you guys. They definitely find their way to you. So just know, you don't have to beg, plead, or do anything to sit at anyone's table. You need to, and you can always, create your own table. Create your own lane. Do what you want to do, but be kind while doing it. Do what you know is right. Do what you want to do. And you'll be fine with creating your own table and building a whole thing where it's great. Next thing we want to talk about, there is a lot of things that are going on. And I don't have any, a lot of things that are going on, and I wish I had them all listed. First up, you guys, we have something that I have been working on since 2014. 2014, I've wanted this. When I became a precinct delegate, I wanted this since 2014. It is 2022 now, and not that I could not have it in 2015, 2016, 2017. Not that I could not have it during that time, because I could have had it during that time. It's not that I could not have it during that time. It's just that the timing is important. I wanted to make sure that I build certain things and had an infrastructure to be able to obtain it and push it out correctly the right way. So what I was saying, let's just say what it is. I am a precinct delegate. I've been a precinct delegate since 2014, 2015. And as we know, grassroots, you guys, creates all movements. Grassroots creates all movements. You cannot show me an elected official that sit there that got the job without grassroots. They got the job without volunteerism. They got the job without somebody phone banking, knocking doors, or doing anything. You have these people that have sacrificed their lives, their time, and has never ever looked for a thank you. For years, we've been honoring them with throughout things with African American Leadership Awards. We've been honoring them. A number of people have been honoring them, but now June the 23rd, every June the 23rd, every year, they get an entire week. The week is called Michigan Grassroots Week. Drafted and put forward with the help of State Rep Mary Cavanaugh, and we thank her. We thank State Rep Mary Cavanaugh who was a precinct delegate, who has signed up to also be a precinct delegate again, but is also running for a state senate. Yes, you can still be a precinct delegate and still hold office. There are a number of elected officials that are currently precinct delegates. I believe State Rep Stephanie Young is one too. I know Cynthia Johnson was one. Maybe she's one still now. But precinct delegates around the state need to say thank you, and we will say thank you to Mary Cavanaugh for helping to put this together and pushing it through. Tuesday, they vote on it. It will give it life Tuesday. I am so excited for it. And it's Grassroots Weeks, which honors, promotes, and all those things, grassroots throughout the state of Michigan, specifically precinct delegates, but grassroots leader. And we also will highlight different type of movements, the women's movement, the LGBT movement, the returning citizen movements, because will have nothing. There's nothing without grassroots. I just want you to know. So that is very important. It will start Thursday, June 23rd. We're having a Michigan's grassroots. We're having a Michigan's precinct delegate campaign kickoff. So this kickoff is for every precinct delegate that is on the ballot. If you're on the ballot, this is your kickoff. We have stuff there for you. We have special guests. We're highlighting you. Yes, you are a candidate, and this is your kickoff. So we will want you to be there on Thursday. You must RSVP because of COVID and food and numbers. So you can go to unitedprecinctdelegates.com and click an RSVP for the precinct delegate campaign kickoff. You can do that if you choose to do so. But I know that you will want to be here. You can bring your family, because this is aimed towards precinct delegates. Veronica, call in at 313-355-6018. If you are a precinct delegate, I want you to call in and tell me how this makes you feel. Hello, you're on with the Political Princess.
Hi, I just received this. I was just calling to see if I was needed for anything.
What's your name?
Is it Joshua Grand of LGBT Detroit?
Oh, Joshua, are you needed for anything? So Joshua, we got Joshua, LGBT Detroit. Yes, you are needed for things. Okay, we'll come back to the precinct delegate thing. And Veronica, wait a second to call in, please. Joshua, at LGBT. Have a wonderful event happening tomorrow. Josh, do you want to tell us what? So tell us about tomorrow and how people sign up to attend and go.
Okay, so tomorrow at 9 a.m. we are having our new event entitled Walk Together, which is an HIV awareness and Juneteenth celebration. That's going to be happening on Livernois, from on the corner of 7 Mile and Livernois, all the way down to 8 Mile, making a giant U. We'll be hearing speeches from local politicians and also the community leaders. And we'll be doing voter registration and petition signing along the way, and bringing love to the businesses that are in that area.
Okay, so how can people join us? How can they join us? How can they? And I say us because I am LGBT Detroit. So how can they join us to participate?
So what you really have to do is show up. If you show up, there will be a place where you can come sign up to help us volunteer if you would like to. But if you just want to join us for the actual walk itself, just come. Find anyone who's wearing a Black Together shirt, and they'll tell you where to come find me or Sair Rain, and we will officially get you any kind of merch or swag that we have, and you can join us on the walk.
And you guys, they have beautiful merch. One thing about LGBT Detroit, one thing I like is that we have merch to match every event, and the merch is nice. Like, I walk around with the merch on even though the event is over. That's how nice the merch is. So anything, just take the time and do it as I share the show. The floor is yours. Josh?
Yes, you broke up again, so I couldn't hear you.
Anything else you want to share with LGBT Detroit, about LGBT Detroit?
Oh, of course, the Holler July concert, July 16th. Tickets available now on Ticketmaster at the Motor City Casino Hotel. And every Saturday you can join me at Vintage Eastern Market to try to protect reproductive justice here in Michigan.
Which is very important. Thank you, Josh, for calling in. I appreciate you. I think that's Veronica calling in, excited about this Grassroots Week thing because she's a precinct delegate. So, Veronica, you can call back in now. Josh is she was calling while you were on the line, Josh. Thank you for calling in. And you guys, like we said, it starts at, before you go, we will be at Mike's Market tomorrow at, is it 9 o'clock? I think it's 9 o'clock, you guys, at Mike's Market on 7 Mile and Livernois tomorrow. I will be there. Josh will be there. Everybody will be there. Welcome to Politics with the Princess. You're on the line. Who's calling?
What's up, baby? Everybody will be there. I love you.
Welcome to Politics with the Princess. How are you? So, Veronica, you are a precinct delegate and has been a precinct delegate for how many years?
Too long to talk about because I'm too old. So, listen.
Too old.
I need every precinct delegate to get out here and help get Big Gretchen in office. And if you're a precinct delegate, I need y'all to come in and run with the princess. Because she's about to put y'all out there in living color.
So, Veronica, how do you feel about the exciting news that just hit Grassroots Week? How do you feel about that?
Oh, girl, I'm so excited. I already made my cards up because they redistricted me. Instead of me being 19 now, I'm 16. And I'm got people putting my cards through the neighborhood, telling them what district I am. And this year, I made some yard signs. So we gonna do this.
Are you bringing yard signs to your campaign kickoff on the 23rd next week?
I'm trying to get crystal clear image to get them done so I can be there on the 23rd with one, so you can see how they look.
You gotta bring a yard sign and stick it in front of the venue at least. You got to.
I know. I'm gonna make sure I get it. But we are calling all precinct delegates because the princess worked hard for us as precinct delegate. We will never have another woman that work as hard as Tashana Gill for the precinct delegate.
But then we gotta thank, we have to thank State Rep Mary Kavanaugh, because, and also State Rep Jules Jones. It was him. It was
Oh,
him and her.
now we're gonna have a.
But
I'm
we
gonna
have
have
to
a battle
thank
with you
them
if you don't
because
say
hold on,
our own
Veronica.
state
Wait,
rep,
Veronica.
Stephanie Young, because Stephanie Young is the woman. Okay.
Yeah. So, but we're thanking a person like Stephanie Young. Yes, is a precinct delegate, but we thank Mary Kavanaugh for pushing it through. Like Tuesday in Lansing, the resolution for Michigan Grassroots Week. Michigan Grassroots Week will hit the floor, and it is to honor precinct delegates and grassroots leaders for 7 days. It's saying thank you. But we will also be active. And like we said, you guys, for those who are just joining, it starts with a kickoff, a campaign kickoff for precinct delegates, Michigan precinct delegates statewide. And I can tell you this, we put the invite out yesterday. We are already at 84 people. And so I think we've outgrown this venue that we originally supposed to be at. We got to see. We might have to find another venue. Because I know, like, precinct delegates are like, yes, I want my campaign kickoff. I want my campaign kickoff as a precinct delegate. We have elected officials who are going to join us and say thank you to y'all. They are there to say thank you. They are not there. No, it's not about them. It's about them saying thank you to precinct delegates for getting them where they are. And, of course, they need them to get them to continue to serve, right? So I will just say I'm excited because, like I say again, I wanted this since 2014. Not that I couldn't have it in 2015. Not that I couldn't have it in 2016. But it is time now to have it in 2022, Michigan Grassroots Week. That honors.
I'm proud of you. I
Say
am
it
so
again,
proud
Veronica.
of Mary Callaghan.
Veronica, who does it honor? Who does Grassroots Week honor?
It honor us. It's honor the ones that's on the ground, taking the literature, hitting them doors, phone banking for these people to get in office. We are the face for the Democrat Party. We are.
So
we will never be
week,
appreciated like we should.
So
but I thank Mary Kavanaugh for doing the work.
Yeah, and I think we got so many supporters because everybody else has to sign on this bill. So we thank State Rep Stephanie Young for support. We thank State Rep Helena Scott. I thank State Rep Jules Jones. I thank all of the state reps that I know near and dear that have supported this. We have conversations about it. I thank State Rep Cynthia A. Johnson, who was who is like precinct delegate grassroots, period. So I thank them all for always supporting us over the years. Oh, we got Senator Bullock. It's so many. If I missed the name, please do not be mad at me. But please don't. But we thank all of them for making this happen. Veronica, you can stay on the phone if you want to until another caller call in because we about to get into some business. So, like I said, this kicks off next week. Michigan's Grassroots Week. I'm grassroots through and through. Kicks off next week, Thursday. You can go RSVP at UnitedPrecinctDelegates.com, UnitedPrecinctDelegates.com, or ask Veronica or anybody who has the email to send you the link. Please kick it off. The only right way to kick it off on June the 23rd is with a precinct delegate campaign kickoff. And the reason for kicking it off in Detroit, people ask why Detroit. Because June 23rd is when, and somebody reminded me of this, and I'll have him speak when he come in. June 23rd was when Martin Luther King came to march in Detroit. And the mayor at the time was Kavanaugh. And another point of kicking it off in Detroit, nobody, I've never seen an elected official heard, because I wasn't alive then, but the stories I've heard from Ray Solomon, Veronica, and Abenal Hogan about how Mayor Coleman Young made sure everybody was a precinct delegate. To work with him, you had to be a precinct delegate. He pushed the importance of being a precinct delegate. That is why the kickoff is in Detroit, because I don't know if I've heard back from them yet, but I would like and love is somebody tell them I said this. Comey Young, Councilman Comey Young at large, come and support us.
In the first seat.
Yes, come and support us in this, because his father and him, nobody pushes grassroots like them, you guys. Nobody. And so that is the why that it is in Detroit. That is why we want to do the kickoff in Detroit. Now there will be precinct delegates for the campaign kickoff coming from around the state. Yes, but that is why we want to do the kickoff in Detroit. Next stop, we're going to talk about the LGBT movement, all the great leaders, one of which I work with and work for, Curtis Lipcomb, LGBT Detroit. Next stop after that, we're going to Muskegon with the queen of Muskegon, Marianne Darnell, who her group, she's having a breakfast. She does this incredible breakfast every year. We want to support it. Marianne Darnell, was it Black Women's Political, Muskegon's Black Women's Political what? Caucus? Al, am I right?
I think so. Vote or something like that.
It's Black Women's. I just always put the Black women last or something. You know, I always get the name. It's Muskegon's Black Women's Political Caucus. One of the most powerful things that you can have going west. If you want to go west, if you don't know this lady, you ain't going west. Okay, you're not getting into Muskegon. Nobody's organizing for you. That's the key to Muskegon. Period. Point blank. I met her through Al B.J. Williams is here, Veronica. He just walked through the door. So I met Marianne down there. So then we come back, and we're also doing a precinct delegate training, Veronica. We're training a campaign training. You're on the ballot now. What? Right? So we come back and do a training. And wait a minute, we forgot about the finale, right? Veronica, did you see the finale on there?
Let's talk about it then.
Did she
tell them about the finale.
The finale is, you guys, women are voting and driving democracy forward. The top number one sponsor is, of course, Supermajority, and that is going to be awesome. It's going to be in Pontiac. Location will be emailed on that. You're going to like the place in Pontiac where it's at. But that is a Totals Women event. Men are welcome. If you wish to come, men are so welcome. But Michigan Grassroots Week, yes, I talked about it because I'm excited about it. I'm going to always talk about it. I'm so happy that it's here. And we're going to have fun with it, right? So next Tuesday, it gets voted in. Thank you again, State Representative Mary Cavanaugh. Thank you, State Rep Stephanie Young, Cynthia A. Johnson, Helena Scott, Jules Jones. Did I miss anybody? Thank you all for supporting this. And thank you to the Republicans for supporting this and knowing that this is necessary. So, we're going to dive into politics. I have a guest, you guys. So I'm not alone anymore in this room. I have a guest. My guest is Al B.J. Williams, the political guru who needs to, smile. Can we get a smile? We haven't sat at this table together and they don't know what they about to get. We can agree, we can disagree,
I'm always smiling.
But first up, you're watching Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can call in at 313-355-6018. You can share, put comments under the Facebook. I think everybody, if you're on there, say hi, Al, because Al is here. He hasn't been sitting in his chair in a while. He's been busy and not been able to come and hang with us. So, Al, we're going to get in politics. So, I've been reading some articles. First topic. It's official. Biden is the worst president of the 21st century. Which basically hurts my soul. Because I'm a biting girl. Which basically crushes my soul. Why do you think? And I'll tell you why I think.
It's the economy. I mean, it's
You think that's it?
That's
It's not the blubbers and the him talking and getting everything wrong?
No, I mean, Donald Trump did worse than that. But, and Donald Trump is not considered the worst president in the 21st century. And so, I mean, he told people to use bleach.
But people like Donald Trump better than that. They're saying Biden is the worst.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's because of the economy, not because of anything else. It's because of inflation. It's because of gas prices. It's because of the supply chain. I mean, in politics, you know, economy has a lot to do with the outlook on elections. And right now, people are losing money. Your pocketbook is most important. And people feel, you know, that the president has a major role in the stock market, which is crumbling. The inflation rates, prices are going up everywhere on everything.
Lena, call in. Talking about hello pandemic.
And the pandemic started before Joe Biden was in office.
No, she said hello. Yeah, like she's saying hello pandemic, but it says 80%.
It's the economy.
Nearly 80% of American voters believe the country is currently on the wrong track.
Yeah, when people losing money left and right, you got to pay $100 to fill up their gas tank. Inflation, the cost of living is going up everywhere. I mean, that's when people start to pay attention to who's in office, when your pocketbook is affected. The pandemic started before Joe Biden was in office. So, you know, yeah, it's still going on, but it relatively has little to no effect as compared to the.
And I believe
compared to the economy.
You're on a track when you say that, because I think what I've been hearing for people is they say Trump got them the check and Trump got them unemployment. What has Biden done for us? Now, I know, Lena, I'm just telling you what people say. We know that it was just under the Trump administration where all of that happened. But they say, Trump got me a check. What has Biden done for me? How do we deal with that during these midterms? Like, if people think like that, because that's not the average voter, but it's a group of voters that think like that. Trump got me a check. Biden has done nothing for me, and he has done nothing about gas prices, although he cannot do anything about gas prices. People don't want to hear that. They look at who, like you say, who's in charge. So how do we, in this time, educate people on that? I don't think they want to hear it. I think they just want gas prices to go down and food not to be so high.
Yeah, it's the economy, and I think Biden, when he first came into office, was able to get a check secured for most taxpayers. I'm not sure of the amount again, but he did something similar to what Trump did when he was in office. So people did receive.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when he first got in office, there was a.
You got to research that.
There was an initiative within his first year in office where people did receive, or taxpayers were to receive, a check.
I don't think it ever came. Lena, look that up. I don't think it ever came. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just, my thing is this. How do we, American Rescue Plan, that's what she said. How do we. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lena. How do we, in this time in Michigan, fight against that? Because it's a red wave. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's been a red wave. It's no blue wave. How do we go up against that in these midterms? Like, how do we fight the battle of people thinking he's the worst president and he's done nothing for them? And when?
I mean, I think Democrats need to be able to show how they're helping to improve the economy for individuals, how they're helping to put food on the table and make sure that you have an opportunity at improving your quality of life. Simple and plain. I mean, other than that, I think that it's a foregone conclusion that Democrats are going to lose a lot of seats in the midterm.
I know, it's depressing, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I mean,
it's not depressing to you that they're going to lose a lot of seats?
No, I actually make more money when Republicans are in office, but so it's not necessarily depressing to me. I'm not a Republican. I'm a Democrat for a number of reasons. But, I think that, even what's more depressing to me is how redistricting shaped up in Michigan and how, not only are we going to lose seats in the midterm, but as African Americans, as Detroiters, we've lost, a number of different seats that we had control over.
Right.
And so it's almost like a triple whammy for black folk in Michigan. If we lose midterms, we lose black seats, and we no longer have
We're
power
going to
in
lose
the
black seats for sure. We're definitely going to lose some black seats. We know that happened with redistricting. But, matter of fact, you just said something that I really want you to say to the world. Okay, so in this conversation, you are a true blue Democrat.
In this conversation?
No, just period. I just want to say to the world, we have arguments. I am more of a moderate.
A moderate Democrat or
a moderate Democrat. I am more of a moderate.
But still a Democrat.
I'm still a Democrat, yes.
What's the difference between a true blue Democrat and a moderate?
A moderate is, like, you are so liberal, it's ridiculous. Like, you are, in our arguments, it's true. We're going to talk about this. In our arguments, in the past, we haven't had any lately, you like Democrat, and I am like, they do stuff wrong too. And you're like, nah, you make excuses for them all the time.
No,
yes, you do.
I don't. I think that there are some bad actors on both sides. I think that Democrats, especially progressive Democrats, aren't always for African Americans and don't always put our priorities, at the forefront of the platform. I also believe that there are some good Republicans who, for lack of better words, have always supported the black community just in their own way, based on their ideals and their beliefs. And so I truly believe that the 4 pillars of the Democratic Party is something that I've always believed in.
Yes. When I first met you, you started talking to me about them.
Yeah, equality, justice for all, good government. I mean, it's all of those things are important to me. Those social values are important to me, and Republicans don't believe in that. In some of those social values, that's why you see the big fight on abortion right now.
Right.
And so, and I think that's one of the mainstay issues that's going to help Democrats win a lot more seats than they would have if abortion wasn't at the forefront of the conversation today.
Right.
Women, period, are going to make this election make a difference in this election.
Women make a difference in every election. First, let's clear that up. Say that again.
Well, they haven't been voting for a long time.
Women make a difference. Since 1920, women make a difference in every election. Yeah. We are the majority.
Yeah, I agree.
Women are the majority. So we make a difference in every election. So I just want to say that, next topic, I want to know how the FBI arrested a Michigan Republican gubernatorial candidate, Ryan Kelly, on June 6 misdemeanor charges. How do you think, because I got a different view, but how do you think that affects him and his race?
Nothing but positive.
Nothing. That's what I think. Nothing but positive.
As long as they spell his name right, he's going to be fine.
Because one, Michigan, like you told me, from you, as the land of the what?
Malicious.
And so this is their hero now.
Yeah. I mean, we have some of the most conservative and crazy Republicans in the country are right here in Michigan. Yes, we have some of the most liberal and crazy Democrats in the country as well. But, Ryan Kelly, his support base, his base, period, thinks that the 2020 election was stolen. His base believes that the January 6th committee is a hoax. His base, half of them were probably there on January 6th from Michigan. And so, his base is anti-government, anti-big government. And so for him
this
to be
situation
arrested,
right here makes him even more popular.
Absolutely.
Like, they're like, we can have him as our governor, y'all. Let's go. Let's do more. Let's donate more. Let's have more house parties. Let's figure out how to put him as our governor.
Since he's been arrested, his name recognition is through the roof. He has raised a lot more money, and he's leading in all the polls.
And then people thought, oh my God, this is going to hurt him. No, they just made him famous. And actually the front runner.
Yeah, he's the front runner now. He had no endorsements coming into January 6th, and after he got arrested, Now everybody's looking to include him in the endorsement package and possibly endorse him. I mean, the guy is, you know, for lack of better words, a very, very conservative Republican that won't agree with most of the beliefs that African Americans from Detroit.
I mean, I've researched.
I'm not even gonna say Democrats, but and I'm being nice here. He does not agree with what the needs and wants and needs of African Americans from Detroit at all.
So it's like scary times because he is going to get pushed hard. Like they are. I just see him in front in a march. Like, we are about to. I see a whole bunch of grassroots. We're about to try to figure out how to make him governor. Like, I think that was just a catalyst to just push.
That right there showed the state of Michigan and those who supported Donald Trump who their gubernatorial candidate really is. And so
who's for them?
All the people that supported Trump in Michigan. Who still support Trump in Michigan
just been brought back alive.
They've just identified their candidate.
They just got an injection in their arm. Like, oh my God! Like if they were sad because the next guy we're going to talk about has been removed from the ballot, James Craig. If they were sad because James Craig and what's the other guy,
Perry Johnson,
got removed.
5 candidates.
Guess
5
what just made them? But I'm just saying those were like the top two. So I'll talk about the top 2. If they were sad because of that. This just made their day. Mm-hmm. Like, we got hope. Like, it brought them hope. And how do we get behind him to make sure... Because we can't lose another one, y'all. How do we get behind him?
Mm-hmm. And as a caveat, politics is a dirty game. This year, in 2022, this election, there have been more people removed from the ballot than there has been in the past 10 years. You got judges that have been removed. Sitting state senators, sitting state reps who've been removed. People in the gubernatorial, 5 candidates in the gubernatorial race, whether they're Democrat or Republican,
right,
doesn't matter,
have
been removed from the ballot.
Why do you think that is?
It's become a strategy to reduce your most significant competition, and the timing in which you have to fight it it's not enough time. I mean, if somebody challenges you, gets you removed, you only got a couple of weeks to really fight it. It doesn't give you enough time to really build any kind of defense and or convince not only voters but the court that you should be placed back on the ballot. Right. I think that, to be honest, and I'm not, I'm a Democrat. I'm not a James Craig supporter, but I do know the guy. And I truly believe that he was set up. I'm not even going to lie. I think that the same consulting firm that he is suing right now is the same consulting firm that also worked for Perry Johnson's campaign. And so, I think there's something afoot there. And there needs to be more investigation.
Like set him up to get him off the ballot. Because he was deemed to be the front runner.
He was.
Yeah. So I've talked to James Craig, and I am we don't gotta say that we are Democrats. We know we Democrats. So I was sick as a dog on my deathbed, and James Craig called me to ask me. I couldn't talk, so he talked to me, but he told me how he got the COVID, and he didn't even know me. He called and he said, "I heard the political princess is down," and he did not talk about politics at all. He just wanted to tell me how he got through COVID and the things through exercise. He said no matter how much it hurts, get up and exercise. And he told me all the things that he did to get better. So I will always forever appreciate that. Whether we have the same values or whatever, I'm always going to appreciate that from James Craig. Period. Point blank. I don't care. I don't care how anybody looks at it. That's a fact. When you that sick and somebody and he talked to me for probably about 30, 40 minutes. And then he wanted to talk to my mom. And I called my mom.
Man, he must have had no call time going on.
Shut up. He must really, I look at it like he really cared. Okay?
Or he had nothing to do.
So you think he called me because he ain't had nothing to do? Okay. I got you on that. So that's what we talk about next. James Craig files as a write-in, which I think is... I don't know about that one. What do you think about that, Al?
I think filing as a write-in is difficult in any race, whether you're in a district or citywide. You know, it's only been done in recent history once in this state, and that person is currently the mayor. But you know, ask anybody in Detroit. You know, some people will say that he spent.
He didn't win.
Well, some people will say he didn't win, but a lot of people will say he had to overextend his fundraising in order to win.
In order to win.
Yeah, I mean, he spent, you know, roughly about $8 million in a write-in campaign.
I know what people
and that
would
was
say.
Citywide. And so, you know, if you do that in the city of Detroit, how much do you think James Craig is going to have to spend statewide?
Because I know I would say, we're talking about Mike Duggan, and I worked on that campaign. That was my first campaign out of college. And we worked our ass off. Huh?
I feel so bad.
I don't feel bad for me. Because let me tell you, whether you like him or you don't like him.
I don't like him. I just said, you know.
Why you feel bad?
For that to be your first campaign.
Oh my God. It was my first campaign ever.
Right.
Period. And I didn't even know I was signing up for a campaign. We won't go into that long story.
You helped to put a white man over a black city.
I'm sorry if you was on a losing team.
I wasn't on the losing team.
You lost.
I didn't lose.
So you was on a losing team. So, what I'm going to say is, we worked our ass off. And, I mean, every day, all day, it was like, it was ridiculous. So, I know the naysayers say he did win and it was signatures, all of that stuff. But, I'm happy that was my first campaign. Because guess what I learned there? How the hell to organize. I mean, one thing I would say about Mike Duggan, and then people get mad at him. Like, they get mad because, first of all, the only way to get him out of the office is everybody need to be on the same page. They need to back one candidate, or everybody stand up behind him and do it. If you really want to get him out of office and you disagree, get on the same page and do it.
This is Detroit.
It's focused. You got to stay focused because he is a machine. The next thing I would say is that...
That'll never happen in Detroit. Right?
But I'm just saying, he's going to leave when he want to leave if everybody don't get focused. So that's what I say to people who argue. And, you know, because nobody's just going to walk away and be like, oh, okay, I know I got the power to do this, but I'm not. That's not going to happen. Very rarely or few people will, like, you know.
I say if you want to get him out, I don't think he's going to run again, first of all. But if you really want to beat, Mike Duggan, then you have to remove Janice Winfrey.
Oh.
Simple and plain.
Interesting.
That's where it is.
So, but Mike Duggan on his campaign, the ability, what he does is this, and people can agree or disagree. He empowers people, period, point blank. He allows you to do whatever, whenever on his campaign, as long as it's good for the campaign. He brings all ideas and has you expand. You know, you can come up with any idea as long as you can do it. And literally, it's empowering people. So people feel like they're not restrained. They were able to do, you know, or come up with all these ideas and do this stuff.
So do you think James Craig can win a statewide write-in campaign?
It depends.
On what?
Money. In the Army. Organization. We don't know. People thought Mike Duggan couldn't win. Now, would I do this? No. But I don't want to strip somebody's hope. What if somebody strip your hope of the unbelievable? You get what I'm saying? So I say let him try.
James Craig has to win the primary.
I agree.
As a write-in candidate. If he wins the primary as a write-in candidate, he will automatically be on the ballot in the general election.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the primary, you know, is made up of very...
I think we give him the facts. I think he probably have a consultant giving him the facts, right? And then he's probably holding on to a clinch of hope. And like I said, when you have a dream, like we tell people to have a dream, I don't want them to just end their dream because somebody told them to.
I don't think he's listening to consultants at all. I think he's listening to his supporters.
Try to get my hands up.
I think he's listening to his supporters.
He said that on the radio. So
yeah, there are some people out there who really do not like Gretchen Whitmer, and you know they have, and then if you look at all the other candidates,
Lena, we know, but
if you look at all the other candidates, there aren't too many that can muster or that have the name recognition in order to beat her. So I don't think he's listening to his consultants.
How come Gretchen never had that problem?
I think he's only listening to his supporters.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't run statewide as a write-in candidate for governor. But like I said, I am not a hope killer. I'm not killing somebody's hope. I'm not gonna do that. Cause I don't want nobody to kill my hope of something that they think is an extreme task, and I'm like, I want to do it, and they be like, no, there's no way that can happen. So I'm not gonna kill his hope, his dream. That's what he want to do, and he has the people helping him.
As far as I know, James Craig is first of all, he's a police officer, former police officer.
I know some Democratic police wives, like Democratic police wives that love James Craig.
Well, I think most people that have been in the families of someone who's worn the badge,
right,
or officers, are going to support their own. They always do.
No matter what.
No matter what. And so, as a police officer, he's going to get, people from law enforcement's backing and support, no matter what.
I thought that was interesting because these people are true blue Democrats. They're like you. But when he said he's running, like I've had this is one of my good friends. I have a conversation with her all the time. And they support, her, period. Like if he's in there, that's where she's going. And it has nothing to do with policy. It has everything to do with he's a police officer, loyalty.
That's part of the reason why he has so much national support, because he was identified as someone who can start to change the game in Democratic strongholds like Michigan. Because he's African American, he's from the city of Detroit, law enforcement, and he's going to get a lot of those, not a whole lot in Detroit, but he'll get a lot of the...
This is Oakland County, actually.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of the African Americans who are in law enforcement. Matter of fact, most of the black folk who work for the police department here in Detroit don't live in Detroit anyway. So he's going to get a lot of those supporters, families and individuals who work behind the badge.
Okay.
And then he has that appeal. He has that Trump-like appeal to where he can talk plainly to people. And
the simplicity of no matter if it sounds crazy or not, they like it. And I think, once again, we've been screaming this. I'm sorry, Link. Democrats need to do that. The simple talk. You don't have to be an idiot while doing it, but it needs to find some type of simple message. Because the Trump simple message jobs, or that's what people, they like. I'm sorry, that's what it is. That's what it's always going to be. All of the long paragraphs and beating around that book, nobody likes that. Like, attention spans are very short. I don't even like it. And I work in politics, and I'm like, oh God, would you please get it over with. So, I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a game changer, regardless. And I think that's why he still has a whole heck of a lot of support. He's going to have national support, local support, statewide support, even as a write-in candidate. I don't necessarily think it's going to be enough to win in the primary.
But, yeah.
But, and he's getting of that age to where if he doesn't do something in the next 4 years,
how old is he?
He's in his late 60s.
I didn't know that. So, moving on, let's talk about this 13th congressional district race. The poll that was done was Rep. Sherry's camp, the Honorable Sherry Gay Danyogo. School board. Remember, what is she? A school board?
She's a school board member.
School board member. I still hold her as the Honorable Rep. Sherry.
Former state rep.
Yeah, former state rep. District 8. She's done a poll with the pollster. What's her name? Out of D.C.?
Celinda Lake, who's originally from Southfield, Michigan.
Yes. See, I thought it was another poll. I thought it was somebody else. No, it's her.
Lake Research is one of the top pollsters in the country. Celinda Lake is a good friend of mine. She's done a lot of the races that I've been involved with over the years. At little to no cost. I mean, she doesn't do that for everybody, but for Sherry to have the pollster, to have Lake Research as her pollster, that means a lot.
It means a lot.
And if they're doing official polls and not push polls, But if they're doing official polls and they're saying that
She's
Sherry
leading?
is leading, that means Sherry really does have a good chance.
She has a good chance of doing this.
Yeah. And I mean, there are other polls out there from other local pollsters. I don't put a whole lot of credence.
No, I put credence on this because you've used this over the years with candidates that it was like no way that this candidate in the race will win.
Yeah.
And you used this, so I seen her hands-on work, and every poll she's done for you has always been spot on.
I'm spot on now.
Every poll she's done.
Yeah, so Linda Lake and her team are official. They're probably if not the best, they're one of the best in the country.
Right.
And I commend Sherry for going out and getting the best to support
She is
her.
the best.
Yeah.
So, you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, so it's still, no matter what, I think it's going to be a race to the finish. You got a lot of people spending a lot of money. I'm already receiving a whole lot of mail from a lot of
I
different
haven't
candidates.
received any mail.
You're not in the 13th?
I need to go check my mailbox. Still.
You're not in the 13th.
I'm in the 12th, but still I haven't received any mail.
The 12th is a different race.
I only received State Rep Karen Whitsett with mail. She mail like crazy. I received her mail, but I ain't received no.
She's using taxpayer dollars to do that.
I'm just saying, I still ain't received no mail.
She's
Like
not
somebody mailed me.
Karen Whitsett not even sending out her campaign mails. That's paid for by the state.
Still, she's sending it. I still ain't received none of that from I'm pretty sure where I got.
So when you're an incumbent, you can use taxpayer dollars to campaign.
Okay, I want mail too. That's what I'm saying. I want to look at the literature too. Look at it and I throw it away. So, I mean, we're supposed to keep it after I read it. I can throw it away, right? I mean, I'm not keeping it in my car. So, we have to get ready to close out soon. I just want to really. How do you feel about?
You look great today.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You do too. Oh, I appreciate that. So we got a very important week coming up next week. Something that we wanted since 2014. Something that you said, wait for timing, not now, wait for timing. Train, build, wait. I wanted it then, and I wanted it then. Like, I didn't want to wait.
That's how you are with everything.
That's how I am with everything. I don't want to wait. I want it now. I want it now, Daddy. But I waited, wrote it down, and what's happening next week? We said it at the top of the hour. We will say it at the end of the hour. What's happening next week?
Michigan Grassroots Week is a time to celebrate, honor, highlight, and support grassroots activists,
Precinct delegates.
precinct delegates, grassroots organizers, grassroots and grass tops are all invited. But this is a time to support and honor and celebrate those who do the work without wanting the recognition. And there are a lot of, especially precinct delegates. And I think it's also a time to empower and invigorate precinct delegates to do more,
Yeah, to do more.
That's right.
But I want to shout out like some precinct delegates. You guys, this will not. I gotta shout out this precinct delegate. Her name is Lena. Her name is Lena Thompson, but she has this other last name, Lena Danger.
That was her DJ name.
And she's really dangerous. Like, she's dangerous when it comes to organizing and politics. Like, very dangerous individual. Like, she is relentless. She does not sleep when she wants to win something. She's winning. And Lena Danger is like our communications person for UPD and everything we do. If I need to get I'm calling Lena. Like, it don't matter if we ain't talking months, we'll inbox Lena, we need this out. Lena is amazing. Lena moved from Detroit, you guys, and now she lives in, what is it called? I can't say. You are dangerous. You are very dangerous.
Northern Michigan, Calcutta.
She live. No, it's put your county in there, Lena. Your city. And we about to get ready to go out. Before I go, put it in there. She lives up north.
Right,
And yeah, but it's this weird city that starts with a C that I like saying.
Calcutta.
It's not Calcutta. It's not that. So Lena, I want to thank you for all that you do. You guys, it's Lena, Tashana, Bruce Feaster, Avenal Hogan, not forgetting Al Williams. Grassroots Week would not exist Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. I know, that's just a cool word. Sheboygan. I just like saying it, if I can remember it. And so, I mean, Lena, this would not exist without you. Stay